And boom, we're live. What's up, everybody? Couple Casuals podcast. Quick Rips episode. What episode is it? Actually, let me see. Episode number 4. It's been a while since we did the quick rips, and I like the quick rips because it's quick, rapid pace. You know, everybody has a low attention span nowadays, and I think that's actually a direct result of what I want to talk about today, being the internet, just in general. We're going to poke fun at some things, talk about some social media apps. So just quick salute. Thanks for tuning in again, guys. Much appreciated. Holy fuck, that's good beer. You know what? Let me tell you one thing for free. The internet, very, very interesting place. It's one of those things that is just interesting, but at the same time can be like such a mad place. The thing is that you got to take it with a grain of salt, and it depends on how you're going about it and what it is that you're doing, and which apps you're using, what you're accessing yourself to. But the internet can be such an interesting place, but you can also learn a lot from it too. Like you can learn so much different stuff from the internet. Some of it's maybe useful, some of it's maybe not useful, but it's also pretty crazy. And everyone's connected somehow from the internet. People are just watching, judging. Look at the baby, look at the baby.
Always smiling. Hi, honey. Judging, watching, look at the baby, look at the baby.
It's just the internet's one of those things. It's just so unexpected. Like every day is different, especially with the social media apps, which I want to get into shortly. Twitter being one of them. Twitter's like the place for like every angry person to yell. Or it's a spot for you to just get your sports information from. Or a good chance of you possibly getting canceled one day. The thing is, it's interesting. So yeah, I want to talk about the internet today. We get a lot of our information from it, unless Facebook has anything to do with it. They might deem the information you're looking for or you're coming across as misinformation. I got to be honest with you, who's determining what's misinformation, by the way? Like that's always such an interesting, like who says what is misinformation or what's not real or what can't be credited properly? How come I just have this thing in my head? Like the person who's deeming something misinformation is some like recent graduate student sitting at their kitchen table with a $9 Starbucks with circle glasses on, just going down the thing like, that's true. That's actually not the case. Why are they drunk? Why am I doing it drunk? I have no idea. All I want to know is like who are the fact checkers? I just want to know who the fact checkers are. Like I'm actually curious. I'm not disputing it by any means, but I'm just like curious. Like who is it? So Facebook's responsible of the fact checkers. Okay, fair. Okay, cool. We'll let them take the reins on that. It's always worked out, right? Like just we can trust Facebook, can't we? Facebook was kind of the cousin of MSN. Remember MSN? And then from MSN went to Facebook. It's interesting. Facebook's interesting because I remember when it was dominant and it ran everything. It was the social network that kept everybody connected. But nowadays, Facebook is like for your like aunt or uncle. They share the most random, sometimes inappropriate things on Facebook. It seemed to have weaned out of the younger generation and onto the older generation. I swear like people's nunnos have Facebook. They didn't even know how to use a computer until last week. Every time they'd be looking at their phone, they'd be like, why is it always got to be so far away? I don't understand. Maybe it's a vision, obviously, right? They can't see. And God bless them for that. A couple got so mind, they can see better. And then obviously Facebook is another place for people to share their opinions as long as Facebook agrees with them. And another thing about Facebook is like there's always like this, I don't know, maybe it's just my algorithm, but every time I'm like looking through Facebook, there's like a picture of like Jesus, and then he's like doing like some holy stuff. And then it says, if you don't say amen, you don't love Jesus or something. Then you find I'm just sitting there wait a minute, I love Jesus. Should I put amen? What is going on here? Who put that there? Where's the fact checkers on that? Weird. It's a weird place. And that's the internet for you in a nutshell. Okay, now let's move on to Instagram. Instagram, most popular one of all maybe. Interesting, isn't it? What a long way it's come. Shortly after Facebook, then came Instagram. Facebook then ended up buying Instagram. So then now it's kind of like just one entity. Instagram's the most dominant, low-key, king of them all. King of the apps, they call them. It's another way to stay connected. People have made careers out of it. Instagram's your best friend while you're on the toilet. And it's also a great app to give you super duper anxiety. People have an Instagram for everything nowadays. For themselves, of course, for their business, and even their pets. Like people's pets have Instagrams too. And some of them pretty popular. Like, and why not? Like some dogs are freaking cute. But I always had like a question. This is a genuine question. If you're dating somebody and you follow their dog, obviously on Instagram, but then let's say things don't work out. It's one of those breakups where you unfollow each other off of everything. And then there's their dog's Instagram. Do you unfollow their dog off Instagram? It's like Milo didn't do anything to you. Why do you want to unfollow Milo too? Do you or do you not? We don't know. We don't know the answer. This is why I'm making these quick rips so we can get to the bottom of these things that nobody wants to talk about because they're complicated subjects. But you know what? Instagram, like I said earlier, can give a lot of anxiety, and that's a serious topic. It does contribute to a lot of people's anxieties today, especially for young individuals coming up. They're always comparing themselves to others. It's very difficult. It's an unnavigated time we've never been through before. We've all fell into it at some one point where you're just maybe looking at Instagram for too long long. You know you've been looking at Instagram for too long when you get that pop-up that says, you're all caught up. Or even better, you're all caught up for the past 2 days. And then at the bottom it says, wake up. What are you doing? Why are you still looking at your phone? Put it down. It's been 3 days straight. That's when you know it's time to put down the old phone and move on to something else, like watch Netflix or something. Now there's Squid Games. Everybody loves Squid Games, eh? I'm trying to watch it, but I feel like sometimes I'm getting distracted from reading the subtitles because I'm looking at my phone and Instagram. Oh, come on! I don't know how people binge watch shit. I just can't do it. I don't know what it is. Maybe my attention span has been ruined now because of social media. Thanks a lot, Mark Zuckerberg. But here's a piece of advice: is like, look at your screen time. I don't know if everybody, actually probably everybody's phone does the same thing. On Sunday, your phone sends you a notification of your screen time, which by the way is probably the worst day that your phone can remind you, hey, by the way, you're addicted to your phone. Your screen time is up by 38 minutes every single day this week. But Instagram is one of those things that we could talk about for hours. You know, we got the Explore page. Mine's totally toxic. You got stories. People are just updating every single thing. The worst is when people go to concerts and they put every single little clip of that concert. Like, hey, if I wanted to see that concert, I would have came. I would have just went. We could talk about Instagram for hours, but this is quick rip. So we need to get on to the next social media app, which is Snapchat. Snapchat's another interesting one, guys. I remember when this one came out, it was a good way to send photos and videos to your friends. When I got it, pretty much all our friends would just send stupid videos and their bowel movements. That's pretty much the only thing that we were sending each other, which kind of is like what we still do now. But Snapchat's a good one. I'm not going to lie. It's a really interesting one. Snapchat's a veteran app. I think it came out before all the other ones. I could be wrong. You know, and then at some point from Snapchat being, you know, the harmless little app, it changed to like your friends sending you videos of them smoking cigarettes and working construction, or them in a club holding a bottle and chugging it aggressively. But obviously Snapchat did something right because Instagram came around and stole their idea with Instagram stories. Don't think we forgot about that. Stories, that's from Snapchat. You guys never thought of that. That's not yours. You can't just come and take that shit. But by the way, does anybody have those those cameos that keep showing up like on where your stories are? Like, what's up with those cameos? What's up with those? Those are weird because like it's always you and like a random person that you don't talk anymore, like with a serious storyline. And then now there's a cameo of you and that individual like rescuing a person from a fire. But those things are interesting. I don't know. Maybe it's just mine. Maybe I'm just like just like talking to myself at the minute. I don't actually, technically I am. That's the internet. That's the internet in a nutshell. There's obviously way more to talk about when we can talk about the internet, but this is quick rips. So I wanted to tag in on some of the social media apps that are within the internet. I appreciate you guys stopping by again for a Couple Casuals podcast, quick rips, episode number 4. I hope you guys enjoyed. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, salute.